Hey guys, it's been a while since I've done this type of video, and I think we're gonna call it number 12. Which one is it? I think this is my fourth one or third one? Probably my fourth one. Anyway, it's like a so-called what did dating teach me? What have I learned thus far from dating? Many years going crazy over here. Yeah, so just thoughts on dating that I've collected since my last vlog talking about this topic. So I have my handy dandy phone here for my handy dandy notes app. um, I wasn't perfect enough for you. And I think that with my relationships with boys, I've always tried to be perfect, to please them, to do a good job around them, to look perfect and say the perfect thing and just be the perfect girlfriend, quote. And I never felt good enough in any of those, with any of those guys, just my time with them. I always felt like I was less than and not enough, and that's a terrible feeling to have. And the guy who I'm talking to right now, I'm talking technically to a few different guys, but nothing serious yet. But one guy stands out above all of the others, and he really means a lot to me so far. I'll see what happens and where it goes. We officially meet on Thursday. We kind of reconnected. I took a break off of Tinder and Hinge and dating and things very briefly. And then we kind of reconnected, and now we're going to meet for the first time. And things with him seem very real, and so I don't want to say too much because I don't even have enough information to say too much. And plus, who knows what's going to happen. So yeah, I felt so lonely in my relationship, in relationships plural. You don't want to feel that way. The point of being with a partner is to just that, be with a partner. And it can be a beautiful and magical thing. It can be a blessing and a gift to have somebody who you love and who loves you back. And a red flag is if you're feeling more alone than if you were truly alone, if you were without the person. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, we all know this. You survived before the person, you can survive without them. Like, life goes on. Life will always go on, and it will be okay if you guys don't work out. I've seen more from other guys than with my previous ex, meaning like I've met more personalities and behavior patterns and character traits and attitudes, and I'm seeing that I could fit with a wide variety of different personalities. I'm not destined just for one. I think anyone could work with anyone if they really try, if they really care. But it just goes to show like there are plenty of fish in the sea, you know? Um, if you have a pet peeve, times that by 1,000 if you're married to the person. If something drives you crazy regarding this person, it could be big or small, whatever it may be, it will blow up like astronomically, exponentially, because you have to deal with it all the time and even more. And so that's something to take into account, like how bad of a pet peeve is this? And I'm a pretty chill person. I know I can come across as a lot, but with people, like, I'm very patient and very understanding, and I really don't mind. I don't get annoyed or bothered really, but it's just a good note to take into account, like, that pet peeve will explode. um, for a long time, it was only my ex, and we were on and off for years. We tried long distance, we tried going on a break, we got back together, and in the end, it didn't work out. And I feel like sometimes if it's not meant to be, that's meant to be too, and that's fine. I've been able to take so much away from this experience and this time with this person, and I know that I can go on, and life does too. Um, it's not always the person. For a long time, it was always him. I was like, if it's not him, then it's no one. And that's not necessarily true. That's not exactly the case, because you can work with other people and you can find a match, a good fit for you. People, I don't want to compare them to shoes, but people are kind of like shoes. Like, there are other fits and sizes out there, you know? Um, I don't need to be perfect anymore. And we clashed on a few things. He had some concerns with myself and my health, and I don't feel the need to be perfect for anyone ever again. And I'm just gonna lay my perfectionistic tendencies off to the side, and I'm just gonna bring my whole heart and self and soul to the person who I'm with next. And I've done the hookup culture, I've gone on casual dates, I've been dating multiple people, and I can say now I know what I want and what I don't want. And I've narrowed it down to not like directly like blonde hair, blue eyes, you know what I mean? But just like narrowed it down in the sense that I know what I'm okay with and I know where my value's at. My parents thought that I would meet and marry someone from the school, which is really funny. There's a really attractive guy at the school. He just started this past school year, I've never seen him before. I think he came kind of late in the year. I don't really remember. We haven't spoken one word. We've only passed by in the halls. And I've seen him talk to other people as I've talked to other people. And we have our own friends at the school. But I don't know. I thought that was so funny. Every time I see him, I'm like, yep, my mom and dad think that's the guy who I'm going to get married to. Because there's like no male staff at the school. It's an elementary school and it really attracts a bunch of girls. So it was kind of funny. But who knows who I will meet and marry in the end. Pick between two really good guys. That was what happened. Dylan's so funny. We were like dating for like no time at all. Long story short, I don't know if I told this to anyone. I don't know, I told it to a few of my girlfriends, but not anyone like on the internet. Long story short, we officially get together just before my Japan trip, and then during my Japan trip, like early on, I get a text from him, but I don't know I get a text from him because my phone is on airplane mode and everything's off, so I never got the text. It never even came through late. It never came through at all. And so he asked if he can send it again. He asked me if I got it, and I told him no. And I joke and I say, oh, is it a breakup text? And it actually was. And he's like, just let me send it again. So he sends it again, and it was really sweet and nice and everything, but it was just like, right now he wants to be single. He prefers that lifestyle, and he loves me a lot, but he just doesn't want to commit. And so that's just fine. And in the end, it makes sense because we're such good friends, but I don't think we would be good partners, you know? So it's funny because I was trying to, in the first place, I was trying to pick between him and another guy, and I was like, which one am I going to be with? And the other guy, he didn't make the cut because he's so extroverted. He's like a dog. He's like a really cute dog. He's very cute as well, like very attractive. And his personality is just so fun and spunky, and he's so energetic and upbeat, but he's so extroverted, it's exhausting for my introvert brain to handle. I just can't do it. You're going right. Okay. Thank God. But yeah, he was so sweet, but I can't be around that all the time. Like, we had a sleepover, and I I got like 2 hours of sleep, if that, because he was just talking. And it's like, it's fine to talk a lot, but you gotta be quiet for bedtime, okay? It's kind of funny. Let's see. Yeah, but we're just not compatible, and so that's how we ended. We ended when I was in Japan, but I didn't know we were ended. It's kind of funny. You can be with multiple people and it can work with multiple people. I've already said that. The conversations get confusing talking to all these people at once. That's very true. You forget what you've said to who, and you forgot who you talked to last, and you just, it's kind of confusing to talk to multiple people on the apps. Like, I tried Bumble, but that turned into Bumble BFF. I prefer it for BFF. And Hinge, I've only met one guy in person. Tinder, everyone else. So that's kind of how that's gone down. I think I got that right. But yeah, if you're talking to multiple people, and I hope my makeup's not all crazy. There's a mirror behind you. What was I even saying? Yeah, it does get confusing who you're talking to. And I made the mistake a few months ago when I was early on dating again, after a long time of not. I made the mistake of investing too much, and I'd say good morning to like 8 different guys all at once, and I was trying to talk to everybody throughout the day, and I was just like, I don't even like these guys. Like, not to be mean or anything, but I just don't see this as going to go anywhere. And so be very selective with who you carry the conversation on with, you know? So, and then I found love in Dylan, and love feels different with him. And we have a very confusing, not complicated, I'll just call it confusing love, because we're friends with benefits right now, and that's where we want to be. We're both in agreement on that, and it feels comfortable and it feels fine. But the way that our love is, it's like, I don't know, we joke and we laugh and we talk, and it's not forced or fake or anything. It's just a different kind of love, and I've never loved somebody like that. I don't know if it's because we've decided to just be friends. That's why it's not so romantic feeling. I don't know. And then this is an interesting thought. When you're dating somebody, you can't judge or critique them based on what you can't see in the mirror for yourself. Like, if you look in the mirror and you have an addiction or a problem or a habit or a tendency of some sort, you can't judge somebody else on that same thing or in that same area until you fix yourself, until you acknowledge that you're not one to talk. Do you know what I mean? That's what I've learned through dating, And now through dating, I don't want to be around smoking. I don't want to be around certain things. And it helps. It's really good to know that and to have that solid, grounded answer in myself. Sleeping with an ex hurt my whole soul, but I was able to put the pieces back together. So, yeah, that's pretty intense. That's pretty big. I reconnected with an ex after a long time of not seeing them and barely talking for a while. And it got my hopes up, and I was excited, and it hurt my soul. It really did. So when they say you can't be friends with your ex, I kind of believe them. I kind of do believe that. Let me just make sure I got all the thoughts here. And then going back to being torn between two really good guys, really extrovert guy, and then my guy friend now, who I believe I manifested. I truly do believe I manifested him, because I was like, dear God, I just need a guy friend. Like, nothing more, nothing less, just a proper guy friend, and that's him. So Dylan was the one who won in the relationship in the end. Didn't work out. That's fine. We were together for like days. It's kind of a joke. It's kind of funny. But with the other guy, I told him the truth, the half truth, not the whole truth, to be nice, and I will not compromise my health though. So he smoked weed. I didn't know that when I swiped right, on the app. But then I looked at his profile and I was like, oh man, he smokes weed. And I've been around that, and I forget the skunk smell, and it doesn't make me feel good. And I have asthma. I have exercise-induced asthma, so it's not terrible, but it's still there. And so I told him that was the way. Kind of a cop-out, but that was the reason. I didn't tell him anything about his personality. I didn't want to hate on him. Like, he's a sweetheart. It's just, I will not compromise my health. I won't do that. So that was reason enough for me to say no. Yeah, I think I said everything. I'm excited about my date on Thursday. Today is Tuesday when I'm filming this. That's just a couple days away. And he said in the beginning he was bummed that I was going to take a break from the app and from dating for a time, because he's really excited to meet me. And I'll see what happens. He seems like a really genuine guy. I'm good either way, if it works out or if it doesn't. I don't mind the single life. I don't mind being alone. I'm not scared to die alone. Quote, die alone. We all die alone. It's so stupid. Like, we go through the death experience on our own. It's very independent. But I guess the culture of it is you want a partner by your side, you know. But yeah, I hope it goes well. And I wonder if sparks will fly or if we'll click. We'll just have to wait and see. And oh, I gotta tell you, did I tell you? This one guy on Tinder, I've barely been talking to him. We've only spoken briefly. Like, we just met the other day. Well, not in person, just online, on the app, on Tinder. And he was asking the famous question, the big question, what are you looking for on here? And I was like, actually, this time I'm done with hookups and I'm looking for something more serious. And he's like, oh, do you want to have one more hookup and just see where it goes? By the way, because I think you're super cute. And I was just like, so I might not even answer him. And that's the other thing. I know why people ghost now. People ghost for a reason. Sometimes it's very rude, but other times it's needed. And other times I can understand it. And it was very, just, it gave me the ick, you know? And the bad news is that he's a tattoo artist, and I was contemplating on, like, maybe if we become friends or something, I can get a tattoo out of the deal. I would obviously have to pay for it, but yeah, so probably not going to happen. I'll find elsewhere. But yeah, so I don't know. That's my dating. Oh, there's a spider right here. He's spooky. Spooky spider. Sorry, I had to kill him. He was too small and he was too scary. Okay, so that's my video. And I like doing these types of videos, just chit chat. I love them. And I haven't really talked about dating. I'll talk more about dating in the future, maybe stories and things. I know I've talked about words, some dating experiences and thoughts I've had, but it's kind of new to me to share this stuff. I guess because I've been with one person for years, you know, for like 4 or 5 years, if you include the on and off stuff. But yeah, it's crazy. Dating is crazy. It is not for the weak. It is for the brave. Like, I'm telling you, I gotta say, I gotta be honest. Sometimes it just don't seem worth it, like the drama and the chaos of it all, but you can get good stuff out of it too. You can meet good people and come away with cool experiences. And I've gone on so many drives with guys, and it's just fun to see nature and get out and talk. I love talking, so and I gotta stop talking. Gotta go.